Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adoornments Decor. I am here with one of our Painters Clubhouse members, Heather Shackelford. And if you are wondering what in the world the Painters Clubhouse is, it is our monthly membership where we teach you how to paint all these amazing door hangers. And more than that, it is an amazing community that supports you along your painting journey. And so I have been interviewing lots of Painters Clubhouse members this week and kind of finding out how they got started on this journey, what their experience has been like in the clubhouse, because I have a feeling you might just see a little bit of yourself in people like Heather, and it might encourage you to kind of get off the fence, join the membership, because you'll be able to see how amazing this membership has been for so many women like Heather. So, Heather, introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and maybe how you came across Southern Adoornments Decor.
Yes. My name's Heather, and I was actually, I'm sorry, I'm from Bentonville, Arkansas, and I was actually going through scrolling on Facebook and saw one of your advertisement for the workshops,
Mm-hmm.
and it happened to be the double-sided one that had a pumpkin on one side and a turkey on the other. And I was like, I'll never be able to do this, but I want to try because I need to find something new to do. My mom had passed away the year before, and realized I needed to find something that brought me joy, and I needed a hobby. I just needed something to bring some life back to me, and I thought this would be maybe a good start just to give me something to do. And so I started on the door hanger, and I remember crying, thinking, "This is never going to look like it's supposed to."
You were
And you
stuck in that messy middle.
I was in the messy middle, and you kept on saying, trust the process. And I'll stay till this day. I still have it. It's still one of my favorite ones. I didn't get rid of it just because I just wanted to keep it because it was my first one. I've had a lot of people ask me to buy it. I'm like, nah, I got to keep that one. And so, no, I just decided to keep it because it's just really special to me. And it shows me not only, it really just shows me how far I've come now when I look back at it, because it'll be almost 3 years this year that we did that. And so yeah, it was a lot. It was so much fun. I had so much fun doing that.
I think a lot of people are like you. They're scrolling on their phone, they're bored,
Yes,
right? And they're looking
yes,
for something to make them feel fulfilled. I know I do this myself. I'll scroll on TikTok
yes,
or Facebook and I'm searching for something, but internally I don't even know what I'm searching for. I'm either
yes,
bored and searching for entertainment or I'm looking for the next thing that's going to fill my cup. So
yes.
before you did this, had you ever painted a door hanger, or were you like, was this all new?
This was brand new. All I had ever done was like refurnished furniture, repurposed furniture or something like that, or painted on a jar. But I had never done nothing to this extent that I thought it was way over my deal. I didn't care if it was way over my expertise. I just wanted something to do.
Yeah.
And, because we got so much free time sometimes, and I just wanted something to do that gave me a purpose. And this
Mhm.
gives me a purpose because I've got so much wood in here to paint that it's not even funny. And of course, almost all of it's yours.
So how did that make you feel the first time you picked up a paintbrush in that workshop?
I was scared at first, but once I started, you were such an amazing teacher, Tamara, because you're just so calming when we talk. It's like hanging out with one of the girls, so it's not intimidating in the fact that you're just going over things. I will say the number one thing I think as a brand new person, and I still do it to this day sometimes, is I watch it and then I do it. I
Yeah.
don't know anybody hardly except Lauren that can keep up with Tamara, because she's a fast painter, but she's done it for years and years.
Mhm.
And I'm just not a fast painter. I don't mean this to sound negative. I don't think I ever really will be, but I do a lot better. I'm so much faster than I was when I first started. But no, like I said, I just love it. And I don't, it doesn't intimidate me now when you start, I can start with you and everything. I don't finish, and that's okay. You don't have to. You just start it and you come back to it, start it, come back to it. So easy.
Um, you said that you had been doing painting furniture and things before. So would you consider yourself like a creative person? Because one of the
Yeah.
things I hear so often from people is like, I can't even draw a stick figure. Like, how could I? Like, they automatically discount, I couldn't do that, and they throw up a wall. I see it
Yeah.
happen all the time. They're like, nope, I could never even do that. And it's like they don't even consider that
Yeah.
this is something you can learn, even if you don't feel like a creative.
I would say I was more a artsy fartsy person, but not like, you know what I'm saying, but not like with something like this to like sit
Mhm.
down and actually make strokes and then make a purpose and be something that I ever thought would even sell. I thought, I'm going to do this. This will never sell, but I've been proven wrong over and over and over and over again each sale I get. As you know, a lot of us, we have, we have our once a month, help me out here.
Zoom call.
Zoom call, thank you.
Mhm.
But I've done extra because I got 7 orders of a house that you came out with.
Uh-huh.
And I was not thinking because when you have somebody ask you, you don't want to tell them no. And I just kept on saying yes and yes and yes. And well, those yeses took me like 3 months because there was just so many attachments to it, and everything.
Mhm.
But I had so much fun. And then I started to feel bad thinking I was a bad person because I was so slow. And then they're showing them to other people and they're wanting them now. And I'm like, she's not making them right now. And I'm kind of like, needing that break. And, but it's just so exciting that I never thought I'd have people in line wanting something crazy. I mean, when I was crying over my first project thinking it looks awful.
And that's something that I tell people all the time. I'll say, you might be surprised because you would think that,
Yes.
your artwork's not good enough to sell, but somebody's going to see it on your door and say, can you make me one of those? So what was the
Yes.
first project that you ever sold? Was it the house?
No, no, it wasn't the house. Gosh, how much have I sold? I've sold a lot. I have
You've
sold a
sold a
whole
lot.
lot. Um, I don't remember exactly what my first one was, but one of them was the teacher cup. They said, "You
Mhm.
can't scare me." I can't remember.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't
That
scare
was the
me, I'm
first
a
one
thief
I
here.
sold, I think, was to a teacher. And I'll be honest, right now, my sales pay for my membership. And a lot of people get scared of worrying about where am I going to come up with the money. You can sell one, sell one door hanger and it pays for your membership. So I don't
Mhm.
have to pay for it right now.
Yeah. And so
And I'm
you're
not
able
working.
to continue learning this hobby and
Yeah.
enjoying the benefits of the community without worrying about the financial cost.
Yes. Because I am not working at this moment.
I didn't know that. So, would you say that you're like, have you built a business out of this, or do you still consider it like just a little side hustle?
Just a
Like, do you
side
have a business
hustle.
name?
I do have Project Princess on my business page on my Facebook. Really, it's for
Mhm.
some of the stuff that I made that you can go in there and look and see some of the stuff that I've painted. Um, but as far as like pushing it, I am not at this moment. Mainly because I got some health issues. My hip is and I don't want to push that yet, but I could push it very well after I get this fixed. Yes,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can.
But this is giving you something that you can do, even when you're not working and you've just got a
Yes.
little, like, it gives you something to fill your time too, to keep your mind and your hands busy.
Absolutely. And that's what it's really done through, when you're hurting and you're in pain, it's awful to sit there and just sit in pain. And sometimes if I come in here, I'll get the girls on one of the Zooms or something, and we paint, and then I don't think about me hurting. And that's
Mhm.
huge because when you're painting every single day, it really gets to you. And I try
Mhm.
to suck it up and be happy all the time, but sometimes it's just, you can't do that all the time. But I'm just saying, the community is absolutely amazing. These girls have been through so much with me, and you have too. And it's just wonderful how they support you and how I've become good friends with them. And many of them I haven't even met yet, but get
Yeah.
ready to.
I know you have led several like Zoom paint parties inside the clubhouse, and you'll just
Yes.
post, "Hey, I'm going to be on Zoom tonight at 7. Anybody want to join me?" And you'll drop a link in. What
Yes.
does being on a Zoom while you're painting something do for you that because you could just paint this by yourself in your craft
Yeah.
room without turning on Zoom. So what's different
Yeah.
about being on Zoom?
Just getting to know the club members because, like I said, we'll be painting, and it happens almost every single night that we get on. Somebody will be like, "Do you think I should use this color or this color?" Or, like I said, even just talking about our day, it just gives you somebody to talk to, and you're not in your craft room by yourself, and that everybody can relate to what you're doing. And if they
Yeah.
can't relate to it, like I said, it's just going about your day. If you've had a bad day, we pick ourselves up. This is a group, the only group that I am in that lift women up. And I'm not just saying that because Tamara's here. Anybody that's in that Zoom can vouch for me. that she doesn't put up with that. So, we lift each other up, in so many other groups and stuff, they tear each other down. And it's so sad to see. But in this group, I can honestly say 100% that I've never had a bad comment or a bad, somebody put me down or say anything negative. Even when you ask for suggestions and stuff, they're always so sweet, and how they word things and everything. And then, like I said, when we get on the Zoom, everybody can just be their self and we just get to know each other. But everybody's still always so uplifting and so positive. And there's so many on there that'll make you laugh, just not even trying because they're just so funny. And it's so worth it. And that's why I keep on doing it.
Yeah, I've been a part of groups before where it might not be you directly that somebody's tearing down, but you see them being ugly towards someone else in
Yes.
the crafting community, and that doesn't it doesn't cultivate a safe place for you to post your artwork.
No, it
And so
doesn't.
that was really important to me in the Painters Clubhouse. I wanted it
Yes.
to feel like a safe community where you could post your artwork and not worry about somebody, tearing you down or being upset with you for creating something close to what they created or something like that. So I'm really
Yes.
proud of the community we've created.
Oh, yes, definitely. Most definitely. Because sometimes people won't post anything and then they post it and you're like, you're painting better than I am right now. And I've been in here for 3 years.
And that makes you feel really good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
I'll be the first to admit that even though I am like the leader of the community or the teacher, there are often times I see projects, especially in our workshops, that somebody will post and I'm like, that person should be teaching the class. That's way better than mine.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Yeah, there's some really creative women in there. And there's some that are like me that were just beginners and they're trying and they're having fun too. So,
well, I know there's somebody watching this that's thinking like, yeah, but what if I mess up? What if I'm not good at it? So can you talk about maybe a time that you made a mistake on a project and how you worked through that?
it's funny you
We
say
all
that
mess up.
because I'm in my craft room right now. As you see, this football has been painted on the front side and the back side, and it's been sanded once because I haven't been able to get it right. And Tamara always tell you, it's just paint over it. And so I'm working on another one, and it's getting better and everything. But I just, it's just paint. It's not that big of a deal. I think the worst thing that can ever happen to you is you be done on a complete project and you grab the wrong spray and spray white on your brand new project that you just got finished with and had to do it all over again. But it's just paint. And if you've done it once, you can do it again and again and again and again. So it's, you just get better and better with time, and it takes practice. And like I said, the more you're in the community, the more you have people that can help you. And I mean, it can be brand new. You join tomorrow and you come in and say, hey, I'm having this problem. And you'll get a list of people that'll tell you, oh, do this or do this. And in the sweetest way, like I said, it is just paint. And like with this one, I've had to go over it. And usually I can come up with other ideas just like on the spur of the moment. And I haven't been able to on this one. But you know what? It's okay. I've got other projects I can do right now. And I'll come back to it and I'll finish it. So
And
it's not.
that creative inspiration could strike at any moment. So you might as well just put it on the back burner and come back to it when it hits.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As I say, then you get something like this.
Yes, that is so cute.
I love those. So, yeah.
I was going to ask you what your painting setup looks like at home, but you said you have a craft room. So you've been doing this for about 3 years. Did you have a craft room when you started painting door hangers, or was this a new development?
It's a really funny story. I used to do all my crafting on my kitchen tables.
Me too.
And during around Christmas time, what do we have around Christmas time? Glitter. I love glitter. It makes me so happy. It makes everything look so much better. And my husband was sick of glitter. So when I first started putting stuff in here, I had more like wreath stuff to make. Just, I don't know, odds and ends, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't have a plan or idea. And if you look, I mean, hopefully I won't. If you look over here, now here's my paint. I've got it all set up. In fact, I got paint and brushes everywhere. It's a mess right now, or I'll tell you. But yeah, I've got it set up now for just painting pretty much now, because that's
Yeah.
pretty much the only one that I do right now. I can do other things. I mean, there's enough room in here to do other things, but painting really pretty much is my niche right now. And
I think there's something about door hangers that once you start that type of crafting, all
yeah,
the other things you loved to do, crafting or create, hobby wise, kind of get pushed to the back. And I don't know if that's because door hangers, for me, people always ask, like, how have you not gotten tired of door hangers over the years? And they don't understand, because with door
yeah,
hangers, you can constantly change up the design, the shape, the holiday,
yes.
the technique.
Oh yeah.
I always bring something fresh and fun to it that keeps it exciting for me.
Oh yeah, because like right now we need to be painting Christmas right now. If you're going to do like a art, a arts and crafts sale, or go, to one of the festivals or something, you got to be
Mhm.
painting Christmas now, or we should have been painting it last month, or you
Well,
know.
and there's ways to incorporate your other love of
Oh
crafting into door hangers. If you were like a
yes,
Cricut maker, you could incorporate something cut on your Cricut into your door hanger. If you were a quilter, you can
absolutely.
incorporate fabric into door hanger painting.
Oh
If you were
yes,
a
you can
wreath
incorporate
maker,
so many things, so many
yeah.
things. Yeah. Sorry,
So,
fly.
how has painting become a part of like your weekly rhythm? Like you said, you're not working right now. Are you painting every day?
I have started doing that. I had to take a week and like just rest and not look at
Mhm.
anything or do
Reset.
anything, just because I was just exhausted. My job was so stressful. But even when it was stressful and I'd work, I would come home and take a little break, and I'd come right back in here and start painting, even
Yeah.
when I got done with work. Uh,
What did that do for you, like, at the end of your workday?
it relieved so much of my stress. Oh gosh, just not thinking about it. Because when you're painting on something, you're thinking about that. You're not thinking about all the stress and chaos
Mhm.
that's going in your head, and everything. I'll come in here and I'll shut my door and blast my music or turn my TV on, and it's my own little sanctuary. But
It's
you don't
quiet
have to
time.
have that to do door hanging. Like I said,
Yeah.
James will tell you, there's one time my craft room was too messy because I had too much stuff in here, and I was painting in the kitchen again, with my door hanger. And that's where I did my first project, was in my kitchen table. Do my door hanger on the kitchen table. You
Yeah.
don't have to, and that's something else. You don't have to have a whole lot of stuff in order to do this.
Mhm.
The reason why I have all the paints I do now is because of all the projects I've done. But you
Mhm.
just start with one project. You start with a few paints, and then you start another project. You get a few more paints, and then all of a sudden you've got all these paints, and you can do multiple projects, because it doesn't usually take a whole tube of paint,
Right.
to do a project. Unless we're just doing a background or something like that. But like I said, it doesn't take just a few brushes, and because I usually use like 2 or 3 of my favorite brushes, and that's it, and the rest of them I'm just
We
digging
think
through
we
them.
need so many different
I
kinds of
know.
brushes, and then we end up using the same 3 brushes all the.
Exactly. That's so
It's so
true.
relatable.
Yes. So
Certain
that's
ones become your favorites.
yes, yes, they really do.
Have your,
So,
family or friends noticed, like, a difference in you since you started painting?
oh yeah, we see a lot more confidence in myself, because at first, like I said, at first I was kind of afraid to first show my first one, but then I was like, but he's so cute. The turkey really is the cutest thing ever,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I'm gonna show it, and then everybody wanted to buy it, and I was like, oh gosh, I didn't expect to get that response. Okay, so it wasn't the first one I made, though. I just had to take some time, because I was shocked that I did as good as I did, or it looked as
Mhm.
good as it did. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I was really shocked, but like you just kept on saying, trust the process. And when I got through everything, the mistakes I thought everybody would notice after we did highlights and did this or that, you just didn't see. And it's just, like I said, I can't explain to anybody how you think it looks awful, but when you finish it, you look back and you think, that's not half bad. I know, for me anyway, that had never hardly picked up a brush, except, like I said, painting the walls or painting a chair. I had never done a project like that. So
Has it
it's
given you self-confidence in other areas of your life?
yeah, because growing up, I never knew what I wanted to be necessarily, or thought I was really good at anything. And I can say that I'm good at this. And I
Mhm.
never could ever, ever say that. And to finally feel good about something that I can do, it just makes your heart so warm, because like I said, I didn't ever think that I could feel that way.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't think I was good at anything. But evidently I must not be too bad because I keep on getting orders. So.
Well, I've been trying to like dive into this. I'm trying to get to the why. Personally, I've been trying to get to the why. Does it make women more confident in themselves, not just in their painting abilities, but it
Yeah.
transfers over to other areas of your life.
Yeah.
And I can't quite get pull at that thread of like, what does it do internally,
I think
other
because
than
we can.
maybe it gives you an identity?
I think so, because you think if I can do this, I can do anything. Because, people will say, I can't paint blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I couldn't either. And once you can do something like that, and then you can even make a side hustle or a
Mm-hmm.
business out of it, it really just blows your mind of the possibilities. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what, at first it kind of scared me, because I was like, well, I don't know how I can paint all these at one time, but
Yeah.
I got through it,
Yeah.
and I still can see it as a possibility. But it does move over into other things of, like if I can do that, I can do this and this,
Mm-hmm.
in my job, I can do
Mm-hmm.
this because I'm getting through that, and it's just, I don't know. It's made a huge difference in my confidence. Big
That makes
time.
sense. It's like it teaches your brain we can do hard things. We can do
Yes,
things we thought we never could do. And so that does
exactly.
translate over in other areas of your life. So that's really interesting.
Yes, really, really is.
Well, what would you say to someone who's watching this and thinking, "Well, that sounds nice, but I don't know if I can do it." Like maybe they're sitting on the fence. They aren't maybe they did do the workshop and they, finished a project. Maybe they
Hmm.
didn't. I don't know. What would you say to
Yeah.
that person?
I would say, if you can at all, please join the workshop and join Painter Clubhouse for 3 months. You can't just give it 1 month. You can, but you're not going to get anything out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're just going to get just a smidgen of how wonderful it is. But
That's
if
like
you
going to
really,
the gym for a week and expecting to
yeah,
lose 10 pounds.
that's exactly right. It doesn't happen in them 4 weeks. You see a start, but you just don't get the whole, wabang of
Mhm.
it, I guess you'd say. But if you'll stay in, like I said, you'll get to meet the people. When we say we're having Zooms, jump in there. Don't be scared. You don't even have to come in there and paint. There's been nights that
Mhm.
I've just been upset and just wanted to be with my sisters and just come in there and been like, hey, y'all want to come in? And then I end up painting. But you don't even have to do that. You can leave your picture out. You can leave your microphone muted. If you don't know
Mhm.
how to do it, we'll teach you and show you how to get in there. Just message me and we'll get you, or Lauren or somebody on the team, and they'll get you right in there. There's just
Mhm.
so many things and opportunities in there. And Tamer has made it so, budget friendly to be able to do things, and all the extras that she has that you can't get, just every day.
Yeah.
And I know, like the percentage off that we get every month, and just
The
on
shop
our
discount.
on our
Mhm.
shop stuff, and on the deco art, and you can't get 50% off any place else in deco art, and that's
Right.
expensive. So there's
That's a
just,
huge perk.
yeah, there's so many perks that you just don't see from the outside that you get in.
Mhm.
But the biggest thing is the community.
Mhm.
Like I said, you can almost pay for the peace of mind that you're going to get with the women in there. We've prayed for people before that are going through stuff. We're there for each other, and like I said, you just can't get that in other ones where it's not drama. And this is
Mhm.
the only one I know that's not drama that I've been
Well,
in.
in real life, it can be hard to make friends, and then it's
Yes,
hard to find time to get together with your friends. So
yes,
this is like you can make friends who love the same thing you love and geek out about the same hobby you're geeking out about. And it's more
yes.
accessible because like you can just hop on a Thursday night at 7 o'clock in a Zoom call and not have to
That's
like
right.
get dressed out of your pajamas and go find a place to hang out. It's just very accessible.
Yes, it really, really is. It really, really is. And like I said, I don't know what I would do without it some days, to be honest, because I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I can't wait to get on with my friends, or I just can't wait. And, of course, we got SA Live coming up. So I'm so excited about that, because all these women that I've been painting with, I finally get to physically hug and squeeze, and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. I can't wait.
For those that don't know, SA Live is our
Sorry.
big door hanger convention of the
Yeah.
year, and it's like 200 women getting together and having one big paint party.
Yes.
Heather, you've already been to an SA Live, right?
I went to the one in Dallas.
Yes.
Yes. I had so much fun. I went someplace that I did not know a soul, drove there by myself 5 hours,
Wow.
slept in a room with 3 women that I had not a clue who they were.
Like going to summer camp.
It was, and it was the best camp ever. I have so many memories from it. I still have the pictures of me and you together, me and Charlie.
Yep.
It just, a lot of people are like, well, that's a lot of money. I was like, you don't see what all she puts into it, and all the kits that we get to do, or the paintings the projects that we get to do. I mean, those projects cost a lot of money,
Yeah, it costs a lot of money to put on an event like that, but like what you get out of it is
Yeah.
more than worth the money. I've heard
Oh,
so
yeah.
many people talk about how it has fueled them afterwards or helped them heal from something they're grieving over.
Yes. Because I've got to meet you in person now. So really,
Yeah.
I feel like I know you a lot better, and your
Yeah.
family. Your family is absolutely amazing. They help you so much, and they're so helpful at the,
Yes.
SA Lives. And I got to meet Lauren, and Lauren is the sweetest soul you will ever
She
meet
is.
in your entire life. And and so many others. I could just go on and on about the people, but it's just really neat that I've got to meet Marie, and Miss Pam, and if you don't know Miss Pam, you're really missing out. But anyway,
Yes.
it's just, you just get to know so many people, and they're worthy people, and they're worthy of keeping, and they're just so sweet, and they help you with anything that you need, and you just can't get that anywhere.
Do you ever think you would have so many friends that live all across the United States?
No, I did not.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
The power of the internet.
I
Yeah.
know, it's crazy.
Well, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, how do I become a part of that? I want you to go
Yes.
to paintersclubhouse.com. You can sign up right now to become a member. We have so many fun projects coming up. And Heather, what keeps you excited month after month when we release, like, ooh, this is what we're doing this month? How does that make you feel?
Oh, I get so excited. It's like Christmas every month. Every single month, you can open up and see, what you want to buy. And as soon as I get back with my job, I'll be doing like the big box of blanks, and she'll go into all of that, or, just into the companion packs. There's just so many things you can buy that are so affordable, and they're so much fun, and get you ready for the next season, or just gives you something to do when you're thinking, what am I going to paint next or something? Like I said, I've got tons of stuff to paint because I join stuff like that, and it gives me something to do, so I don't ever have to even think about it.
Yeah. Well, right now you can sign up at paintersclubhouse.com, and you can join this amazing community and be a part of the Zoom calls with Heather, and come and join us at our live events if you want to. But there is so much in store for you if you've been feeling like you're needing something to fill your cup. Maybe you're like Heather and you're just scrolling Facebook and you happened upon this video. You can be a part of a community like this and learn how to paint amazing door hangers and really give you something that builds your self-confidence, makes you feel proud of who you are and what you've accomplished. And you may be like Heather and be surprised that you're selling these things and actually offsetting the cost month to month.
Yes, you won't regret it.
Thank you for being with us today, Heather.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Bye, everyone.